In the Cold War between the Soviet Union's Warsaw Pact and the United States with NATO, Sweden has notably attempted to remain neutral. However, it knows that it occupies a strategic position in the Baltic Sea. Being an area of intense value, any Soviet invasion will have to involve Sweden. The country had to prepare for this. While fully stopping an invasion may be too optimistic, Sweden can work to make an invasion difficult enough to deter the USSR from keeping up the fight. Sweden suspected that regular air bases would be vital targets, and a traditional air force would be wiped out before a single plane had taken off. Operation Focus, the Israeli airstrikes against Egyptian airfields during the Six-Day War of 1967, vindicated this perspective. As part of this doctrine, which includes the famous Stridsvagn 103, Saab designed the AJ-37 Viggen. Taking advantage of the latest avionics, computer hardware and design engineering, the AJ-37 is an advanced medium tactical strike aircraft designed to take off and land from dispersed road bases. The Viggen is designed with short takeoff and landing capabilities in order to make use of road bases and auxiliary airfields. It is equipped with the triple afterburning Volvo RM8 engine, one of the most powerful engines ever put in an aircraft of its class. Furthermore, it has a combination of strong brakes and a thrust reverser, allowing it to stop practically on a dime. In fact, it has a takeoff and landing distance of just 500 meters. It can be rearmed and refueled at any number of small field facilities, and its reinforced landing gear allows it to handle much rougher takeoffs and landings than other aircraft in soft field conditions. Whereas most medium attack aircraft in service today require a co-pilot navigator, the AJ-37 uses an incredibly powerful computer to eliminate the need for a second seat. This computer, the CK-37, is interconnected with a vast number of systems within the aircraft and handles everything from navigation information to radar and selectable weapons programs. This computer enhances survivability in more ways than one. Most high-performance military aircraft rely on inertial navigation systems to provide precise waypoint and nav information. These require almost 10 minutes of alignment before the aircraft can taxi, potentially proving fatal when time is of the essence. Additionally, aircraft can also require electric power or pressurized air before they can start their engines, providing another point of failure when anything that can go wrong will. The AJ-37 tackles both of these deadly situations at once. Through the aid of its gas turbine starter, or GTS, the Viggen can be entirely self-sufficient in the startup procedure, without the need for specialized and fragile equipment. Rather than an INS, the Viggen's CK-37 allows it to instead use a system known as automatic dead reckoning. This form of navigation takes no time to align and provides satisfactory navigation for military operations. Once again, with the aid of the CK-37, the startup procedure is mostly automated. The pilot need only flip 4 switches, push the throttle to idle and confirm nav data for the plane to be fully combat capable. Thanks to its data cartridge system, the aircraft will instantly upload and record navigation waypoint data, target points, and ELINT data. On the ground, the pilot can use the CK-37 data panel to configure weapon launch parameters, add and modify waypoints, set flight paths for optimum weapon delivery, and much more. This is truly what sets the Viggen apart from its predecessors. Whereas prior aircraft's navigation systems relied on the horizontal situation indicator, The Viggen also displays nav information on its unique heads-up display, which uses symbols rather than text to convey information to the pilot. The Viggen's weaponry would not be of much use without its powerful HUD, which again uses various symbols to deliver important information and aiming data to the pilot. While it is not terrain following, the Viggen will display the desired altitude above ground level to the pilot, which can be set to an altitude of the pilot's preference. The bars on the HUD will move up or down depending on if the aircraft is above or below the set altitude, aiding in terrain avoidance in poor weather. The HUD can also be set to aim based on wind data and target movement speed. It can also display nav waypoint locations, ILS approach paths, and weapon release indicators on its computer-integrated radar display. For maximum precision, and for use when automatic dead reckoning accrues errors, the Viggen can easily perform a radar or visual nav fix. During waypoint creation, the pilot places a waypoint over an easily recognized landmark, such as a lake or city. In flight, the pilot can look at the position of the waypoint on the radar to check for error. If it needs to be corrected, the pilot can quickly use the radar controls to move the waypoint to the correct location, realigning the nav system in the process. Alternatively, if weather allows, the pilot can also visually fly over the waypoint with the radar turned off to perform a visual fix. Lastly, the proposed AJS upgrade to the Viggen will include a state-of-the-art TER nav system, in which the aircraft computer checks the aircraft's radar altimeter information with an onboard computer map of the entire region. As long as the aircraft is below 5,000 feet, or 1,500 meters, the TER nav system automatically and continuously aligns the aircraft's ADR nav system. The AJ and AJS-37 are capable of carrying a small but potent selection of weapons. Let's go through a mission that only the Viggen can perform. A sudden declaration of war leaves aircraft scrambling to take to the air. Enemy offensive counter-air missions hit Allied airfields and render the ultimate CAS platform completely ineffective. While most aircraft are stranded, the Viggen has been based away from the main airfield and instantly takes off from a hidden road base. Although a sudden storm grounds fair weather aircraft, the Viggen is still capable of flying, thanks to its air-to-ground radar and nav system. The Viggen makes its way to the ocean to find the Soviet invasion force. Locating the fleet on radar, the Viggen rides the waves at high altitude before engaging. Fearing radar jamming that would defeat higher-tech anti-ship missiles, the Viggen fires an RB-05, manually guiding it into a landing ship. Dodging return fire and keeping itself safe via countermeasures and jammer pods, the aircraft escapes to land. Knowing that the main airbase has been destroyed, the pilot calls up a stored alternate landing field from the CK-37. Following the cues on the radar and HUD, the pilot guides their aircraft in for a safe and gentle landing. In use with countries such as Sweden and Arusha, and with hopes that it could drop some bombs in Afghanistan to enhance its marketability, the Viggen punches far beyond its weight class. It has served its country well for many years, and for a prudent buyer, it can serve yours as well.